Good afternoon, YouTube. Arizona RE here, taking the Bonnie out for a little run. Still running her in, so can't really spank on it too hard. Just keeping some inconsistent speeds. And I gotta say, the wife went out on this bike this morning, and you know, she approached it with some trepidation. She had ridden it already, but you know, just around the block after we got it home, it had been pissing rain for 2 days straight, so she really didn't get a chance to go out, hop on it, and go for a ride. And this morning we went out for a nice long ride. Spent a couple hours out of the house this morning, just getting familiar with the bike. Started out in the parking lot, just, you know, relearning how it feels to do tight turns, especially given that it's a new bike. Something that's recommended for any of you out there that are beginning riders. The first time you hop on a bike, all the way through, it doesn't matter how old you get, anytime you're on a bike that you're unfamiliar with, if you have the opportunity, you should always take it to an empty lot, practice the fast braking with it, learn the dynamics of it before you get out and jump on the road. That's always a good thing to do. So that's how we started out this morning. Then subsequently took it out on the big roads and went for a ride. It was a beautiful morning, and Mrs. Arizona RE did a fantastic job handling this bike. You would have thought that this had been her bike all along, that she'd never ridden another bike. She looked just so at home on this bike and just handled it like a pro. So I saw her ride with more confidence than I've ever seen her ride. And given that it was her first day on this motorcycle, it kind of blew me away, you know. Just far more confidence and really at ease riding. It was a wonderful thing to see, and I'm happy that the bike is a good fit for her. And all the trepidation is gone now. The house is all abuzz with what we love about these Triumph motorcycles and all the things that we're looking forward to changing. And getting on that, I'll go ahead and speak to some of the things that we'd like to see different on this Bonnie. So the first mods in the lineup, I'll go ahead and present them to you now. So not taking anything away from the Bonnie, the first couple of mods are going to be strictly cosmetic, and that is these mirrors are really kind of a joke. They're mirrors in the loosest sense of the words. I don't know where my wife's positioning is with them, but I know she wants to get rid of them. But when I look in them, 2/3 of the mirror is filled with my shoulder on both sides. So they're not doing a whole lot of good where they're at, and because the stems are so long, they kind of vibrate, and they just don't, I don't know, they just don't fit the look of the bike. They kind of kill some of the coolness of the bike. So we're in complete agreement. We looked online, and I'm giving her full discretion. This is her motorcycle. And lo and behold, she picked out the exact pair of mirrors that I would have picked out for this bike. Isn't that funny? So we're going to get some cool bar ends that wrap over the knuckles so that they really don't widen the profile of the bike, which is always a good thing. Not that we do a lot of filtering around here or lane splitting, but you know, if you don't have to widen the bike, then don't. And this thing, I can't understand why they couldn't even color it black. I'm not sure on that one. It was almost like an afterthought. Hey guys, don't we need a reservoir for the hydraulic brakes on this bike? Oh shoot, yeah, here, just throw this one on. That's kind of what it seems like. But it's all good. You know what? There's loads and loads of aftermarket accessories. I switched out enough of them on dirt bikes completely to know that you can really trim it down to where it's invisible. Though I know British Customs has some parts for it, and there's some knockoff stuff that basically just took the design that British Customs has and used it to make their own. So you can even get those even cheaper. Thank goodness for Amazon. And now I have my wife doing something I never thought I'd get her to do, and now she's watching YouTube videos. She's tuned into Moonfleet 41, which is Delboy's garage, for those of you that don't know. And I've been watching him for a couple of years because I've been fantasizing about having a Bonneville in the stable for years. I always said when I came back to motorcycling that I wanted a Bonneville. I ended up with the Royal Enfield because the Enfield the Enfield chose me. I didn't choose it, and the Enfield chose me, and I ended up with it. I don't regret it. That Enfield's staying right where it's at. But as a result, I had been watching Delboy's garage for quite some time, and I already knew a lot of the modifications there were. I eagerly awaited whenever new modifications were going to be coming out, whether it was on his Scrambler or the Bonnevilles. Which brings me to a couple of things. I realized that there's a difference between the pound and the dollar. However, a lot of times when he quotes the price on his YouTube channel there, I always want to say show, because it's like watching a show. You know, I really enjoy watching YouTube far more than I enjoy watching TV nowadays. But whenever he quotes a price, you know, I go to look it up, and sure enough, man, it's almost double every time. And I know the exchange rate isn't that big, and I know that you have to account for shipping and everything as well. You know, I guess we're just, when it comes to British Customs and things like that, I suppose we're getting the same treatment that all the Harley owners over in UK regularly get. Anytime they want to get something for their Harley, just go ahead and tack another $100 on it. Because I'll hear Dell will get on there and he'll say, oh yeah, you know, and these shock absorbers, you can pick up these shock absorbers for 89 quid. And I'm going, 89 bucks, man. That's fantastic. And then, you know, add another $100 to that if you want to get them in the US. Now, that being said, there are other companies in the US that maybe aren't the exact same products, but you know, look to be of a similar quality and build. And when you go to the Triumph forums, they seem to be talking about it the same way. So that'll be a good thing. So just got to look elsewhere. Keep our eyes open. Anyhow, I thought I'd let you guys get an eyeful of the Bonnie here, and I'll go ahead and insert some pictures that I took, and enjoy the new intro. Thank you folks much. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye. What kind of soundtrack this guy's got going? Okay.